Hey everyone, and welcome. We're going deep today, like Indiana Jones, but for design.
Ooh, I like that.
We've got all this cool stuff, articles, case studies, all about how companies use design to win big.
Yeah, especially in the financial world, right?
You got it. We're
Yeah.
talking Apple, Robinhood, even Venmo.
Seriously, by the end of this, you'll be like design ninjas, knowing the moves and why they matter.
Exactly. Ready to unlock those secrets? Let's go.
Let's do it. I'm pumped.
Okay, so first, this crazy stat blew my mind. Over a third of people dumped their banks last year, just for a better app or website experience.
It's wild, right? But it makes sense. I mean, think about it.
Totally. But switching banks, that's commitment.
It shows how much design matters now. It's not just looking good, it's about the whole experience. If it's not smooth, if it doesn't feel right.
People bounce.
Exactly, they're gone.
It's like imagine a rickety old bridge over a raging river. You could cross it.
But wouldn't you rather a nice, solid bridge? Something that feels safe and gets you there smoothly.
For sure. That's what good design does. It builds trust.
And that's where this framework comes in. It's called the UXDA Digital Strategy Pyramid. It helps companies build that solid bridge experience.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Pyramid, huh? So like levels. Each one builds on the next.
You got it. 5 levels, and each one's crucial. It all starts with level 1 purpose. Sounds basic, but you'd be surprised.
How many companies just chase money and forget the bigger why?
More than you'd think. A strong purpose is like a compass. It guides everything. Like Apple, their purpose is to unleash creativity.
Right, I've heard that. It's not just about the products.
Not at all. It's about empowering people. And you see it everywhere they do, from the sleek hardware
Yeah, their stuff is beautiful.
to the way their software works. Super intuitive.
I feel like companies with a purpose like that, they get these diehard fans.
For sure, it's more than just buying something. It's being part of something bigger.
Okay, that makes sense. So level 2 is market, right?
Exactly. Knowing your audience. Like Venmo wouldn't target the same people as a traditional bank.
Totally.
Yep.
Venmo's all about quick payments, fun emojis, that kind of thing.
Yeah, their design's super casual. A bank for serious investors would be way different.
Yeah, more like we're stable, trust us with your money.
Exactly. Design reflects who you're talking to.
Makes sense. So level 3 is brand. This is where a company's personality comes out.
You nailed it. Think Apple again. Their brand is all about sleek minimalism, that premium feel.
Yeah, like everything's just clean and perfect.
Right. Then you've got a company like Robinhood, also minimalist, but edgier.
For the younger crowd.
Exactly. Design choices show you who they are.
Gotcha. Okay, so level 4, services. This is where the action happens.
It's where the purpose meets the market. For a financial company, it could be basic banking, investing, budgeting tools.
And the design needs to make it all work smoothly, right? I tried this budgeting app once. It was so confusing, I just gave up.
Yeah, a good design guides you through it all effortlessly. Like Revolut, they want to be your one-stop shop for everything
Yes,
financial. So their design has to handle tons of features, from currency exchange to crypto, and still make sense to the user.
Okay, that makes sense. Last level then, ecosystem, the top of the pyramid. This is the big picture, right?
Think of it like how it all fits together, the website, the app, even in-person stuff.
Like how Apple products just all work together seamlessly.
Exactly. You move from your phone to your laptop to your watch. It's all connected. But that can also be tricky.
Oh, how so?
Well, it can be tough to leave a well-designed ecosystem. You're kind of locked in.
Interesting point. Like a golden cage, maybe? Convenient, but less freedom.
Exactly. Something to think about.
So we've got the framework, but let's see how this actually plays out. Let's dive into some real-world examples. Shall we start with Apple? So Apple, they're like the design poster child. What makes them so good at this whole design-driven thing?
Well, for one, they really stick to their vision. That unleash creativity purpose, it's everywhere. Even their hardware like MacBooks, iPhones, even the AirPods, they're not just functional, they're like desirable.
Yeah, their stuff is definitely nice to look at. I remember when I got my first iPhone, I was amazed by how easy it was to use. Like everything just made sense.
Exactly. That's what good design does. It anticipates your needs, you know? And that's true for their software too, like iOS and macOS. They're designed to make tech really user-friendly.
But we talked about that ecosystem thing, right? Like that ease of use can also have a downside. Once you're in the Apple world.
It's hard to leave. All your devices, your data, it's all synced up so perfectly.
Exactly. So it's convenient, but maybe at the cost of some freedom.
Right. It's a trade-off. Something to keep in mind, I guess.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit.
Yeah.
How about a company that's shaking things up in finance? I'm thinking Robinhood. They really disrupted that whole industry.
Oh yeah, Robinhood's interesting. They took something that felt really exclusive, investing, all the jargon and complicated interfaces.
Yeah, it used to be intimidating.
Right, and they made it simple and visually appealing. Suddenly, investing was accessible to everyone.
I remember when their app came out, I was like, wait, it can be this easy. It was a game changer. But I've also heard people say it's too gamified. Like, it might encourage risky behavior.
That's a valid point. There's a balance, right? Between making things easy to understand and also making sure people are aware of the risks involved. Design can be a powerful tool, but it shouldn't oversimplify things.
For sure. Okay, so we've seen how design can work for big tech companies like Apple, disruptors like Robinhood. But what about a company that's not in tech or finance? I'm thinking maybe Target. They've done a really good job of blending the physical and digital experience.
Target is a great example. They've created a really consistent brand experience, whether you're in their stores or on their website or using their app.
Yeah, you can always tell you're at Target. The red and white colors, the way the stores are laid out, even the way they organize their products.
And they've used design to solve real problems for their customers, like their drive-up pickup option.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. Their drive-up is amazing. It's so convenient. I order online, swing by the store, and they just bring my stuff right to my car.
It's a lifesaver, right?
Yeah.
Especially for busy people. And they've integrated it seamlessly with their app, so you can track your order, get notifications.
Yeah, their app is really good too.
They've really nailed that whole omni-channel experience.
So we've seen the success stories. But what about the companies that struggle with design? What trips them up? What are some of the biggest challenges?
One big one is just lack of alignment. You can have the best designers in the world, but if they're not on the same page as the product team, the marketing team, the leadership,
It all falls apart.
it's like an orchestra where everyone's playing a different song. It's chaotic, it's inefficient. Think of it like building a house. The architect, the builders, the interior designer, they all have to be on the same page, or you end up with a mess.
And I've also seen companies hesitant to invest in design. Like, they think of it as an extra expense instead of...
A core part of their strategy.
Right.
And that's a mistake. Good design isn't just about making things pretty. It's about solving problems, creating value, and ultimately, it's about making money.
It's like that saying, you got to spend money to make money. Investing in design is investing in your customers, in your brand.
Exactly. And in the long run, it can actually save you money by reducing customer support issues, making things more efficient, and building customer loyalty. But I know it can be hard to convince stakeholders who are focused on the bottom line.
Yeah. How do you prove that design is worth the investment?
It's all about data. Show them the numbers. Show them how a redesign led to higher conversion rates or a decrease in customer churn.
Show me the money. Right. Another challenge I've seen is resistance to change. Some companies are just stuck in their old ways and they don't want to.
Embrace a more design-centric approach.
Yeah, it's tough.
And that's where company culture comes in. If the company isn't truly committed to putting the user first, to being customer-centric, it's going to be really hard to make design a priority.
It's like trying to teach an old dog new tricks.
Exactly. It takes a real effort to shift mindsets, to break down silos. It's about creating a culture of collaboration, experimentation, continuous improvement. It's not enough to just hire a few designers and say, okay, we're doing design now.
It's a whole mindset shift.
Yeah.
But how do you actually do that? It sounds like a huge undertaking.
It is a big shift. But it's possible. It starts at the top.
With leadership.
Exactly. You need leaders who get it, who
Yeah.
champion design, who understand its power.
And not just talk the talk, right? They have to actually...
Walk the walk. Absolutely. They have to support design initiatives, give design teams a real voice.
So no more hiding the designers in some back room.
No way. They need to be part of the big decisions from the very beginning.
Okay, that makes sense. But leadership's just the start, right?
What else?
Education's huge. You got to teach everyone in the company about design thinking, user-centered principles.
Not just the designers.
Right. The more people who get it, the better chance you have of creating a real design-centric culture.
Like everyone speaking the same language. Yeah, exactly. And then you need a culture of experimentation. Try new things, test them, get feedback, constantly iterate.
Don't be afraid to fail, right?
Exactly. The best companies are always evolving, always trying to make things better for their users.
So we've covered a lot today. This whole pyramid thing, case studies, challenges. It's fascinating. But why does all this even matter to our listeners?
Well, think about it. Design is everywhere. It's not just about websites and apps. It's the products you use, the services you interact with, even the spaces you're in.
Yeah, it's true. You only really notice design when it's bad design.
Like a door that's impossible to open or an app that makes you want to scream.
Ugh, yes. Those moments make you realize how much design impacts our lives every single day.
And as consumers, we have a lot of power now. We have high expectations, short attention spans. We'll switch to a competitor in a heartbeat if a company isn't delivering.
No more settling for bad experiences.
Exactly. Understanding design helps you make better choices. Demand better from the companies you do business with.
So it's about being an informed consumer. But also, if you're in a position to influence design decisions at your own company,
You can use this knowledge to advocate for a better way of doing things.
be the design hero.
Exactly. Make the world a more user-friendly place, one product, one service at a time.
So to wrap this all up, design isn't just about pretty things. It's a powerful tool. It's about understanding your users, creating experiences that connect with them on an emotional level.
It's about making life easier, more enjoyable, more efficient.
And ultimately, it's about making the world a better place. And on that note, I think we've reached the top of our design pyramid.
We did it. This was a great deep dive.
A pleasure as always. Thanks for sharing your insights.
My pleasure. And to everyone listening, keep those design brains buzzing. Pay attention to the world around you. And until next time, happy designing.